How you doing, everyone? Turkey Buzzard here. Hope you're having a good day. Well, I just got back from vacation, and since I don't have a build ready and won't have for a while yet, I figured I'd spend today showing everyone how I built this microwave oven and this blender, and I had one other thing I wanted to show you. So let's go outside and I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, I came to Sanctuary to do this because I don't want to have to worry about lag, because that other build is huge. So I just figured it'd be easier to do this at Sanctuary. And as you can see, I've got a bunch of materials laid out here. Now, before I start doing this, let me discuss what mods you'll need for this. Number one is Place Anywhere, or if you're on PC, Place Everywhere. You'll also need the cheat terminal. This glass wall comes from Settlement Objects Expansion Pack. This wallpaper comes from Snappy House Kit. This microfiche machine comes from Unlock Settlement Objects in the Decorations Office section. And we have some tins. Now these tins, the silver ones, the ones that I used, if you don't have these, you can always use these tins. Now I think these silver ones came with Eleonora's coffee mod. Sometimes it's hard for me to remember where some of these objects come from, because I'm running over 300 mods. It's like this keycard lock. I'm not sure. I think it comes maybe from the Lock Your Doors mod. I'm not sure. But if you don't have this, you can always get these from the cheat terminal. So let's do this, and I'll show you how I built the microwave oven. Basically, you start with a bread box, and with your Place Anywhere or Place Everywhere, depending on what you're using, change your scale to 50%, and then blow that up to 150%. You may want to use a second bread box, and I'll show you why. Just to make this a little bit longer. And sometimes it's hard to get these exactly where you want them. I'm not going to spend a lot of time trying to adjust things and get everything perfect, because you know, I'm not actually trying to build a microwave. I'm just trying to show everyone how to build a microwave. So let's there we go. That ain't too bad. That looks pretty good. Looks pretty close. So what we're doing now is we're taking this wallpaper, we're going to shrink it down some, and I don't remember exactly what I shrunk it down to. I think it was somewhere around 30%. Oh, you'll also want to turn off your object snaps and your surface snap if you're using place everywhere. On place anywhere, surface snap is known as global collision, I believe. But anyways, you're going to want to take this, get it as close as you can. Okay. And then just kind of nudge it till you get it where you want it. And I'm not going to try to get this perfect because I'm not really interested in building a microwave. I'm just trying to give everyone a good idea on how they can go about building it. Now this glass wall, you're going to want to do the same thing, shrink it down. Till you get it about the size you're looking for. That looks pretty close right there. And this whole thing I should have moved, you know, I should have moved it back farther onto the counter, which I guess I can. Let's change our movement step. There we go, that's pretty close. Now, this glass wall, need to turn that a little bit. Uh-oh. Looks like I went a little bit far, but that's okay. What we need to do is there we go. And we'll do the same thing here. And they're pretty close. Now, for the dials, I used this, which is, I believe, from the Lock Your Doors mod. I'm not certain. Basically, you'd find it in the power section under miscellaneous. Okay, and then you'd want to shrink it down and get it the size you want it. However, not everyone has that mod. Most people do have the cheat terminal, and in the cheat terminal, under items and equipment, miscellaneous, science and medical, you'd find these radio things with buttons. So you could grab those and shrink them down till they're the size you're looking for. Okay. And like I said, I'm not trying to actually build this, but you get the idea. And you can also, there's a radio thing with dials, which you could get and shrink that down and put it on there with it. So there's a lot of ways you could build this. Now the handle, which I forgot to lay out here, but that's okay. I got that from DFEP, which you don't really need. I mean, you can get a jet from most anywhere. But I used one of these to build the handle. And basically all you want to do Just rotate it till you get it where you want it. Once you have it where you want it, try this again. Sometimes it's kind of tricky to get them exactly the way you want them, but there we go. That's closer. And that's pretty good right there. You might even want to shrink it down a little. And then just basically stick it in there for the handle. Okay. And like I said, when I built mine, I didn't use the radio thing. I used this because it looked better to me. But you're free to use whatever you want. And if it doesn't look quite right, you can move the... There we go, and that's pretty much your microwave oven. Now for the blender, I used this when I built the blender for the private estate, and I blew it up. And I used also one for the top of the blender, but if you don't have these, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Like I said, I think they came from Eleanor's coffee mod. You can also use these coffee tins. However, I also found this in the USO, and in my opinion, this would make an excellent base for this blender. All you got to do, let's see, shrink her down a little bit. Put the blender on top. And I'm not going to really worry about getting it lined up perfect, but just want to give you the general idea. Same idea. You can use this radio thing with dials. Shrink it down. You're probably going to have to rotate it a little bit so that it's on the right angle. Place it on there. Let's see. But you get the idea. So that's how you build a microwave and a blender. Now the top of the blender, all I did for that was stuck this inside. Bring it down a little bit. And that pretty much took care of that. Now there's one more thing I want to show you. And let me see, let's go with Snappy House Kit. Sometimes when you're placing floors or walls or whatever, okay, you'll find that once you get them where you want them, let's say we're moving this over because we need it placed in a little bit different area. and this is where we want these. But then when we get it finished, you'll notice it's glitching there. It's kind of shimmering. And this happens a lot with floors. It happens with walls and other materials. The easiest way to take care of this when it's shimmering like that is just to take your Place Anywhere mod and change your movement step to 0.1. Okay? And then nudge it one time downward or upward, either one. But you'll notice that by nudging it now, it's no longer shimmering and glitching there. And you can do the same thing with walls. I mean, you know, if you get walls that are glitching when you put them together, all you got to do is move them forward or backward, nudge them, just 0.1, and that takes care of the shimmering. So that's everything I wanted to show you today, and well, I didn't have that quite lined up, but that's all right. But hopefully that helped you out and help people to put some more appliances in their kitchens and whatever. But I really want to thank everybody for watching, and I'll be back again real soon with another video. See you.